Morning. It's 2nd of December 2024. We've seen another year nearly. So the High Priestess makes another call. Mercury trines Chiron, Venus trines Uranus. A good day to review your health and well-being, and for a reunion or return to an old haunt. A pleasant surprise will be appreciated. The moon enters Capricorn, and that's what we've been talking about in Capricorn a lot. So the song is Don't Speak. So be careful of your words. High Priestess will see if she's upside down or not. If she's upside down, that's definitely don't speak. So we've got Venus, which Uranus is, Venus, which Uranus is trining in. We've got Chiron, which is Virgo, and we've got the 4th house again of home and family life. So health and love. Which seems important because it's in the astrology and it's also in the astro dice. I hope you've all checked out the story of the Green Man. It fit perfectly with the read, right down to the holly. So holly was a sign of protection in the story. So very important. Gawain was the knight and the Green Knight. Gawain and the Green Knight. And I think I put the meaning for the holly on there as well. I'm changing it up a little bit because although we get lots of numbers and it's good to have the numbers with the big cards, I'm getting a bit fed up of them. So we're going to go with the goddesses. Again, what I used for the zodiac wheel. Elaine, I'm glad you like the zodiac wheel. I think it gives us a lot of information. If you know your chart, it's really good. I hope you haven't got more snow, because that would be. I know it was difficult for you last time, wasn't it? It was really deep. I'm sure you're used to it, so let's have a look then. Here we go. So the High Priestess, the daughters, the tarot readers, the psychics, the mediums, Bridget. It's Bridget's day, the day that my page was made. I don't even know what day this new one was made, the Phoenix. I'm not sure, but always seems to be important. The last one was October the 11th, which I didn't do. It was done by accident, and then after a few years I realised that that's when it was, which is massively important. So coincidences, we don't deal in coincidences, it's synchronicity. Messages from Spirit. The energy's changing. Make sure you watch. I did post them on my Facebook page. Ablas's new moon read and the Leo King's new moon read. Very interesting. A lot of correlation. So okay. Yeah. Okay. So they definitely don't want us to speak. Don't engage, because this is gossip. This is problems with fire sign. Children are immature energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But it can be any child with a fiery temper. It can be any adult who's immature with a fiery temper. Scorpio energy, which is the reproductive organs and shared resources. So issues there. Somebody not able or willing to fill their own cup. They've got a lot of wasted cups there. Seashells. Emotions are all over the place. And the stork, so it could be hormonal. Stop banging your head against the brick wall and wasting your time. Sorry, wasting your breath. Whoever it is you're trying to convince is not listening. And it keeps you stuck. Your inner child, your ego is stuck because you want things to be a certain way and you're living in the misery of the past. So you're not protecting yourself. You are allowing negativity into your field, be it financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, or physically. So again, do not speak. Don't speak. If you've got nothing nice to say nothing at all. We know you're at the gates of hell. We know that you're in a dark situation. This is also the hostages. But now is not the time to speak, and don't listen to gossip. Take what they say with a pinch of salt. 2 and 29 negative. But it is a neutral card. But then we've got the woman scorned, the Aquarius energy. It's bad advice from doctors, priests, lawyers who are feminine. It's somebody who's been damaged mentally or physically, and they seek revenge. That's not for you to do. It's time to move on. Leave it alone. Don't keep having to have the last word. Move on from stormy waters to calmer ones and heal. Chiron, heal that broken heart. You may only be able to take half with you. 3 weeks. We've got a couple of weeks left, Mercury retrograde, I think. But 6 weeks, it said in the new moon reading, it kept reiterating it, 6 weeks, that's why I did. So if you haven't seen it already, go and watch the tea leaf reading, because that was, I specifically did that for the 6 weeks, because it kept mentioning, please don't take the baggage of the past with you. It doesn't serve you. All those swords will weigh heavy in that boat and possibly pierce the hull. So you can scupper your future if you're not careful, if you keep dragging the past up, seeking revenge. It's not going to serve you. Stop going over the past. Divorced or widowed women, possibly. Nurses, doctors, priests, lawyers, and confused minds. Not a very good start, is it? And what have you noticed? No major arcanas. So this is an internal struggle. It's not about other people. They're not bothered about anybody else but you. And they want you to stop harming yourself, physically, emotionally, or mentally. Yeah. Unfinished business. Finish what you started, but do not act in haste, because you'll repent at leisure. Sagittarius energy, knowledge is gained through this gossip. But do not bang your head against a brick wall. Don't get into bickering. Don't get into one-upmanship. Don't compete. Don't try to compete. You don't need to. This is bickering, arguing. There we have the Aquarius energy. This is what I wanted to see. Yes, it's going to be chaotic. Yes, right now they're going to sling the kitchen sink at you to see how honest you are, how much integrity you have, and how much you believe in your life purpose. 17. Aquarius energy, positive energy, the ankles and legs healing, crowds, becoming a leader of a crowd, being the leader that you want to lead you. Yeah, no fear. Richard's back. So we are going to go into the future without fear. We hold the key to a better future. Lord Mayor of London, the dog, was born in the year of the dog. We may see a new Lord Mayor, and that would be good. Not yet though, I don't think, unless something happens. Not wanting to look the fool, you will not look the fool. Not if you follow your true purpose. Yeah, we are ending one chapter and beginning a new one. The world is about to change in a big way. We are creating a new reality, and it's positive. We may have to travel to the object of our desire, be they persons, things, or events. Inheritances, something going full circle, settling this situation, but still not walking away. Not walking away from your responsibilities, maybe, but the situation, I believe, maybe. Yeah, because you're stubborn. You're thinking, I can't. You're hanging on to something for grim death while your fingertips bleed. Alice is the name we get from Alice in Wonderland. She believes she couldn't get through the door either, but she ate something or she drank something, and finally she was through there. So it's about your narrow-mindedness. If you believe you can't, you won't. If you believe you can, you will. Let go. Don't chase anything. What's yours is always going to be yours, and it can't be taken from you. It may take 4 years for it to return, but it will always be yours. Yeah, no shame, no blame, no guilt. Get out of your head. Stop overthinking it. That's the Virgo energy. Analysis paralysis, but we're not doing that. We've stopped that. There is no shame, no blame. Don't listen to the gossip. A change is coming. Number 10, we're up for that as well. A positive change for the better. The wheel of fortune turning in our favour. For every action, there is a reaction. And number 10, the wheel, the gambling. Oh, I haven't done the rune. Well, that'd be interesting to see what that is. So 22, 21, 22 and 17, all positive. Wishes and dreams coming true. You may feel like you failed with this unfinished business there. So what? Oh, and now we have Father. This is about your self-esteem, your self-respect, about looking the world in the eye, shoulders back, chest out. You have nothing to reproach yourself for. This is the Emperor realising he's been naked and doing something about it. No longer the fool. Head and face injuries are possible, but they will heal. 4 and 31. This is government officials, bosses, kings, partners, father figures, the main man in your life or the most important authority figure are beneficial. So for that to happen, there must be a change there, for us at least. But there is one leader that is very, very beneficial to us all. 4 and 31. Yeah, this path is not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. We are creating something new, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. And there's the Capricorn energy, the wolf, that was mentioned in the astrology. We will achieve what we set out to do, but we have to believe. So now we've got the 17, the 18. The only thing that's missing is the 19 and the 20. The 16, 17 and 18. Uranus, which is mentioned in the read, that's trining something. Is it Venus trining Uranus? So the 16, a shock, A tower moment. Lightning strikes. Don't leave your straighteners on. Don't leave your soldering irons on, lads, or your phones plugged in. This is fire and flood. This is massive shocks. This is passionate encounters. This is bringing those walls down, being prepared to be vulnerable or to destroy something that isn't working. 16. Neptune in Pisces, 2026. Yeah, we have had changes that haven't gone well, that's gone against us. So, and we've been silent about them. But that is what we've got to bring to a conclusion now. Unfinished business. Missed opportunities because somebody wouldn't walk away for fear of retribution. Yeah, don't dwell in the past. It's not for you. The past is over. The future's not promised. Live in the now. Build a bridge, get over it. Stop crying over spilt milk. And Scorpio energy, again, this is what the other reads say. Don't stay in your comfort zone for too long. Be ready to walk away and make the change. So we've got that walking away 3 times. Twice you've said, I'm not going. The 3rd time, you will go. But you have to come out of your comfort zone. You have to transform your energy first. And sort these reproductive organs and shared resources out. The issues there. So, 8 months, it suggests something we feel has failed. Oh, and we've got Giba the gift. A gift is coming. A signature on a contract, a vow, a promise. So you should all know Giba by now, but I will tell you anyway. Promises, oaths. Gifu brings credit and honour which support one's dignity and furnishes help and sustenance to all broken men devoid of aught else. So, there is our broken man. Where's he gone? There he is. He's broken. He's been in the battles. His head is damaged, but he comes out eventually. Stronger than ever before. The letter G. Gifts, generosity and help from those who need it. Signified by Gibo. Gibo is also said to indicate love, perhaps in a more general sense than charity, rather than purely personal. Oxen. So Venus, the year of the ox, Taurus, make an appearance with Gibo because cattle were the measure of wealth amongst the early people of the northern Europe. Another concept intimately connected with that of generosity is boundary markers. In other words, being overly generous can also be a bad thing. In addition, recognizing your own boundaries, she hasn't. It's as important as knowing how much to give. In another sense, the rune is connected with your innate talents or abilities that can be taken as gifts from the gods, which you've rejected. You rejected this gift. This is the first rune of the series not to have an inverted meaning. You must take it at face value. Both Odin and Thor, so Wednesday and Thursday, are symbolically associated with Giba. Its significance of knowing one's boundaries and swearing to abide by contracts link the rune with Thor, the thunder god, whose job it was to preserve order in the universe. So order returns. There we are. Bringing order to the chaos. Where is it? 17. The star. Bringing order to the chaos. I think it's up there somewhere. It was. There it is. Bringing order to the chaos. Out of the chaos comes order. Odin being the archetypal king, there we have the king, was expected to give generous gifts to his followers in order to reward them for their loyalty. He possessed a marvellous arm ring called Draupnir, which replicated itself into 8 other identical rings every 9th night. And there's your 9th night. These precious objects were then distributed as it pleased him. Geber has thus gained an extra interpretation as a valuable ornament or inheritance. In this song, Odin warns that it is better not to ask than to overpledge, as a gift demands a gift. So if somebody can't afford to give you a gift of the same value they are giving them at Christmas, please don't think bad of them. This verse speaks both of making hasty promises and casting enchantments. In both cases, you will have to pay a price, so caution should be your watchword. The giving of receiving of gifts has been important in every society. As a gesture of mutual respect and a symbol of fondness, the custom is meant to bind people together. This may be why we still mark an affectionate letter with an X to denote a kiss. While in previous ages, when most people were illiterate, documents were signed with an X to sign an acceptance of a contract or agreement. And if you're like me and a psychic, you will have the big X on your palm. Geber signifies both the donor and the recipient, so organ donors possibly, of a gift. All should be well as long as there are conditions and both parties know their limitations of the agreement. Even if nothing material is actually given, the payment for the gift may come in the form of simple gratitude. But if you're not grateful and that is withheld, resentment and quarrels will form. So there's your resentment. And your 5 of Wands is your quarrels there. The same applies to the giver. A present should be given with an open heart, otherwise the giver will feel forced into an obligation and the recipient will feel worthless. When Geber appears, it is certain that you will feel honour bound to help someone out very soon, so always be grateful. If you're ungrateful for any help that you're given, then Spirit will take something from you. You will feel honour bound to help someone out very soon. However, it is important to judge exactly how much you should give. After all, if you're too generous, then that needy person will become over-reliant upon you, and you become the enabler. If you are not generous enough, you'll be seen as a skinflint, and your reputation will suffer. So, that should not, with people giving with an open heart. There are some friends that are wealthy and can afford to shower people with gifts. There are others that cannot, and it should not be a competition. So, it's getting very dark. 4th house then, this is about the home and family life. The ancestral home, the stomach, the breasts, the colour red, home, parents, childhood, inheritance patterns, family environment, upbringing in the womb. So somebody may be seeing red. It's also about, it says here, pregnancy. The 4th house is the home, the base from which you venture out into the world. And if it coincides with a water sign, the likelihood is that the home is charged with emotion. There we are, over-emotional. And the act of leaving, a fearful one, so afraid to leave. Fire signs are the most confident of this realm, whereas air homes have their basis in mental rapport and earth homes are a place of comfort and support. The home is where we feel most secure, our comfort zone. Like the IC. That doesn't necessarily mean that the 4th house is a gentle, easy environment. This one isn't. People are at home on a battlefield. Yes, they are. There's the battlefield. Quite happy with it. but feel defeated. The internalized sense of home and security will depend on your initial childhood experience. As described by the planets, a house ruler Scorpio in this house indicates that disturbing but unvoiced undercurrents. Yes. Unvoiced, don't speak. They're not being spoken. Undercurrents permeate the home, whilst Cancer points to nurturing home, but one that may well have included a possessive mother, and this early experience of home is sought out and replicated in adult life. So if you're a possessive mother, you'll probably find a possessive wife, because that's normal to you. Not necessarily healthy. Venus in Virgo, a picky person, someone who criticises a lot, but they do criticise themselves as well. So they're quite fair about it. Everybody gets it. So, desires perfection, reserved, sensuous, controlled, but critical of his or her partner. Venus in Virgo overanalyzes feelings, and we're not going to do that, are we? Falls cautiously in love and is attracted to the perfect partner. There's no such thing. None of us perfect. People in glass houses should not throw stones. So, where to start? The harp. Master number 33. The bards, the singers, the playwrights, the artists. Ireland, Guinness, we get that a lot, don't we? So somebody did like a tipple of Guinness. 33, master number. The harp is the instrument, and it's somebody told me that Jesus lived till he was 33. The harp is the instrument of the bards, keepers of the ancient tales of wonder and magic. The word bard gets its meaning to raise your voice in praise. Their song of heroism, gallantry, and cleverness have inspired listeners for centuries. There we have a hero there. The harp symbolises the acknowledgement of great deeds, setting a fine example, there he is, setting a fine example, and encouraging excellence in others. Bless the people you admire with generous words of gratitude, and sing their praises to others. Accept praise that is given to you as well, with humility and gratefulness. Let it feed your soul and inspire you to further glory. Praise, excellence, admiration. If you've got nothing nice to say nothing at all. Don't speak. I accept praise and give it freely in return. How do you pursue your personal excellence? If you're a lady, just watch someone's face if you say in the street to a stranger, that dress is lovely, and just walk on. They will have a spring in the step for the rest of the day, I can guarantee. There we have the number 11, depressed, isolated, and needing help. Somebody is not doing well. The lady in blue, a number 11. The blue fairy. Some of these books need covering, they're getting really bad. It is time where you or someone you know is feeling down. Now I'm going back to the story because Spirit are telling me there are people, a lot of us, especially people like me, that feel really strongly that they want to give at Christmas. But especially in this climate as we are, there is no possibility of being able to do so. And the fear that people will think that you're mean or greedy or whatever is a heavy burden. So a lot of people will feel isolated and alone. And a lot of blokes especially, work hard all year, and if they can't provide, because whatever you say, blokes like to be the hunter-gatherers, if they can't provide for their family at Christmas, it pushes them to the edge. So all they need is one harsh word from a loving partner who's putting them down and saying, what good are you? We can't even have a Christmas. Something like that. Be very careful what you say to people, because it could be the last straw, and I don't want that to happen. So think of people at Christmas. You don't know what they're going through. A strong feeling of isolation that is so powerful you feel that you do not know your place in this world, or that you don't belong. Are you feeling alone and wishing you could find some way of making the pain go away? This is a time where you need to reach out. So make the pain go away. Reach out. It may be as small as asking a friend over to talk, or picking up the phone. So if somebody rings you out of the blue and it seems like an odd conversation, I would try and get there if you can, because it seems spirit are worried about someone. Call a loved one. Either way, you need to know that you are not alone. Your guides and spirits are always there and have never left you, even though you feel there is no one. When you feel distant, ask yourself, have I put up these walls? Yes. Have I distanced myself from everyone? Staying in your comfort zone. What has caused you this pain that you feel the need to withdraw? It takes a moment to think of the things in your life that create joy. Doesn't matter what it is. One little thing that brings you joy. It may be an animal, a hobby, a person that makes you smile. Eat some chocolate. Draw on that feeling and make it grow inside of you. Feel the joy, the happiness and the love. Push away the bad feelings and bring your walls down, even if it's just a little. It's always a good time when you're not feeling your best to ground and protect yourself. Your energy needs to flow because it's stuck and you are stuck, just like Alice. Do a grounding and protection exercise that feels right for you. Sometimes when we are vulnerable, it leaves us open to energy vampires that can affect us. And that's what Persephone's doing there. She's leaving herself open to these energy vampires who will seek out the vulnerable because they're an easy target and use them to their advantage. So when we don't allow those energies in, it can give us the lift that we need. If this card is for someone you feel is experiencing this, maybe it's up to you to reach out to them. Maybe they seem as though they don't need help, but deep down it is exactly what they do need. Small acts of kindness can be just what someone needs, especially to those that wear a mask to cover their sadness. So, pain, sorrow, grief. You're not alone. The 16, the lamplighter, the grandparents, Walter, Martha, acquiring knowledge, which is where we started. Acquiring knowledge, learning something, learning that you have been manipulated. Hecate is the goddess of the crossroads, and we know, we've been told before, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. Take the path less travelled. Do something differently. So that 16 is massively important. 16th of this month. Possibly. Or a birthday or a door number. The Shadow Queen tells you that too many of the details are hidden from you, and it prevents you from moving forward quickly at this time. She has come with a lantern to help shed light on what is concealed within your situation. And this is the time to wait for more to be revealed. So don't speak. Listen and observe. Perhaps your lack of clarity and knowledge of how to proceed with this subject. It's time to educate yourself. a little more about your intentions and then put that information to work for you. So research. They keep saying it. The Shadow Queen asks that you dig deep to gain strength, that you have the courage to ask someone in the know to shed light on your circumstances. She promises to send that person to you, either in spirit or the flesh. Beware of moving too quickly in the dark. Act in haste and you repent at leisure, as you will likely trip and fall and have to start again. So observe, don't speak. Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. So, what does she have to tell us? Venus, Aphrodite, love. And Aphrodite is a main player, so this is going to be a long one. 52. There are 52 weeks in a year, so that could be important. So, Aphrodite is the Greek goddess of love and beauty. Her symbols are a mirror, in which she admires herself, and her girdle of desire, which make her irresistible to men. Aphrodite is known as the lover of laughter. Fair voyage. There we are, the voyage. Fair winds, but you must hoist your own sail. They're not going to do it for you. Moving on across water. Where is it? Leaving the baggage of the past behind. Oh, can't find it. Which is a shame. So fair winds, hoist your own sail. No, can't find it. But we know it's there somewhere. There it is. Fair winds, Aphrodite. And she who turns us to love. Where Aphrodite heads, flowers spring up, and the dove, the rose, and the apple are all sacred to her. So the apple a day keeps the doctor away, the rose, wake up and smell the roses, and the dove of peace. Aphrodite is also known as Golden Aphrodite. Aphrodite Pendemus, of the people, her conception was a little unusual. She is said to have been born in the sea at Paphos, discarded in Cyprus from the severed phallus of Uranus, the sky father, discarded when his son Kronos castrated him for his cruelty in not allowing him to mate. Gaia, the earth mother, to let her son see the light of day. So only dark of night, no light of day. The phallus fell into the sea, and the alchemy became the opposite of the oppressive male, the female goddess of love and beauty, who can seduce the most aggressive male. So, love conquers all, in other words. Zeus, the king of the gods, married her to Hephaestus, the lame blacksmith god. So, Chiron, the one with the limp, the amputation, or the scar on the leg. Whereupon she embarked on a passionate affair with the much sexier Ares. Oh, there he is, with his affairs, which might be what the gossip's about, the god of war, and was caught in bed with him, captured by the golden net which crafty Hephaestus had rigged up for that very purpose. So a trap has been laid, so be very careful, don't speak. Even if you come from a higher echelon of society, Aphrodite, you have always had the common touch. It means belonging to the people. A prince or a refuse collector can be warmed by Aphrodite's smile and be made to feel he is the most important man in the world. The late Diana, Princess of Wales, displayed this gift par excellence. So the name Diana and the Princess of Wales, which is Catherine, could be important. The sunny warmth and charm means that you will naturally shine in the world of communication and PR. You could sell snow to the Eskimos if you put your mind to it. Many Aphrodites become models or actresses, again the bards, However, you may have a tendency to drift through your career without any real sense of direction, focusing instead on the man in your life and a knack of being in the right place at the right time. You are not afraid to move through life and find the next exciting thing round the corner, to take a risk. The Fool. You love luxury, comfort and beauty, whether it's to be found in a painting or a child's face, but you have no interest in accumulating money for its own sake or in developing an interesting little portfolio like Athena would. However, you are reacting as you read this. Are you delighting in the description of yourself so far, or does it make you feel like an airhead, an intellectual lightweight? It's very easy to downvalue your Aphrodite gifts, but in doing so, you are doing yourself a disservice. Chest out, shoulders back, look the world in the eye. Society tends to focus on Aphrodite's sexuality and splits it from her other gifts of warmth, inspiration, and kindness. But you need to live out all the aspects. You are always and always have been essentially a free spirit. Live for the moment. What did I say? You are a true child of the sun. In today's society, women who live unashamedly for love and connection with others are rare and precious. Aphrodite is sex and love as well as warmth, inspiration and kindness. Patriarchal society does not value Aphrodite's gifts. The only part of her that is handleable is her sexuality, which can be manipulated and split off from her other qualities into being a sex object. Objects are expendable and can be treated as such by a society obsessed with possessions and conquests, which then discard them and move to the next desirable object. Aphrodite, you are not an object, but a person. If you view yourself through the eyes of conventional society, you will start to feel ashamed. Shame and blame. No shame, no blame. Of your interest in sex. Ashamed of your desire to display your body. Ashamed of your warm heart, your sensuality, love and fun and laughter. Ashamed of your lack of interest in getting on in life. Feeling ashamed of your body can, in extreme cases, lead to self-abuse in forms of starvation or overeating or self-harming. Shame in your sexuality can result in a stream of furtive affairs, wrecked relationships. It may be that as a teenager your sexuality was unacceptable to one or both parents. A young woman needs respectful and safe affirmations of her attractiveness from her father. If she does not get that, she will spend the rest of her life trying to get daddy in a different guise to love her. Young Aphrodite needs affirmation from her mother as well. She needs to teach and guide her in how to handle her sexuality, how to prize and value herself as a woman. An insecure mother controls her daughter's sexuality by shaming her, which produces wounds that go deep to the core of her womanhood. Your challenge is to develop your own set of moral standards and values that can live comfortably within. Enjoy your body and your sensuality, whether you are a size 6 or a size 16. Engage your mind, not in repressing your sexuality, but in creating the sort of life that can be lived fully and safely without shame or deceit. And Uranus is alternative lifestyles. Aphrodite, you are the sort of woman that friends hesitate to leave alone in a room with their man. It's rarely malicious man-stealing with intent. It's just that you like men and you show it. You display your liking with lots of eye contact and laughter. Before you know it, and you just can't imagine how, you have won a man's heart. It's not just your beauty, it's your warmth, your genuine interest, and your ladylike exterior that does not entirely conceal your love of sex, sensuality, and pleasure. You are also the mistress of inspiration. You love to collect around you groups of people to discuss issues of the day. In doing so, you may become an inspiration for those around you. Many of these Aphrodites and become a muse for an artist or a fashion designer. There you go. It's not difficult for you to attract men, any man, but the sort of man that you attract can be macho. He may be determinedly chauvinistic, but Aphrodite, you can enter a relationship completely convinced that he has a softer, more artistic side that is just waiting to be brought out. Much like Melania and Trump, I believe. However, when this initial sexual thrill wears off, Aphrodite can find herself married to a handsome hunk who is well endowed with everything except sensitivity and brain cells. In your hurry to seduce macho man, you forgot that there were all those hours to fill when you could not be horizontal together. If you're a typical Aphrodite, you will then pack up your mirror, makeup and clothes and head off in search of a fresh conquest, leaving a bewildered man wondering what the hell went wrong. So there you go. The warning signs are there. The gossip is there. An interesting one, isn't it? A bit different to usual. Thanks for listening.